So mas madami kang names na breaking out above the 20-day high, 52-week high. Same with the 50-day high, 'di ba? So madami kang breakouts pa ding nakikita, all in all. So bearish ba 'yun? Bearish ba 'yun? Tingin ko hindi, 'di ba? Tingin ko hindi. So for me, this just profit taking day lang yung nangyari no Friday. And possibly a de-risking event lang din towards CPI and PPI. So actually looking at the market internals, pinaka magiging verdict ko dyan is a broadening of market rally. So a rotation towards small caps, toward mid caps, pwede rin. And outflow dun sa mga mega caps and large caps mo. Yun. So what's up, Team Bear, no? Sa internal team na makakanood na ito. And ayun, we are now with Boss Gerald, no? So present siya right now. And medyo nasa biyahe lang, no? So baka hindi makapag interact ang via audio. So this video is gonna be recorded, no? Today is March 11. So 11th week na ng trading year, no, of 2024. So madami pa tayong madami pa tayong weeks na tatahakin. So we will trade week by week, day by day, and we will treat each day, no, as something na dapat paghandaan. So dito papasok yung daily prep natin. So welcome everyone sa lahat ng mga kapanood for our daily pre-market prep. So dating gawin, no, we will look at the markets on what happened last week. Kahit pahapyaw lang, and hindi na ako masyadong magde-discuss ng mga too much details, and 30 minutes lang yung itatagal natin in this video since ayun, dinner time na rin dito sa province, no? So 5:45 ngayon. Pre-market session is already up right now, no? So halos isa't kalahat, almost 2 hours in na this pre-market session yung US market. So 4 PM nag-start yung pre-market session today since naka-enforce na ulit ang daylight savings time in the US. So right now, ang magiging market open, ang magiging official market open is at around 9:30 PM dito sa Philippines. So yun, medyo maaga-aga tayo makakatulog, maaga-aga tayo makakapag-trade, and makakabakas sa market, no? Makikipagbakas sa market. So yun, let's look at the markets, no? Let's start with the S&P 500. So top down muna yung perspective, no? So looking at what happened to the SPY last week. So as always, no, since we're at an all-time high, etong intermediate structure yung titignan natin. Since ayun, yung 5-day structure for last week is ito, on the first half of the trading week, medyo nagkaroon lang ng onting sell-off, nagkaroon ng onting pullback. Dahil na rin most likely dahil doon sa sa 2-day conference or doon sa 2-day testimony ni Jay Powell. We don't know. At the same time, meron ding significant news like services PMI. So at the same time, yung unemployment data na ni-release last Friday. So the market was de-risking or risking off on the first half of the week, no, last week. So ito yung Monday candle, Tuesday candle, parang halos tinest lang yung 20-day SMA, no. On the second half of the week, on Wednesday, medyo nag-recover yung market, and nung Friday medyo nagkaroon ng euphoric uprun yung S&P 500 and other main indices. So it tried to break out of the all-time highs but slightly faded, no. Medyo na fade lang. So since we're at an all-time high and ito yung immediate structure na tinitingnan natin, so yung SPY, nandito tayo sa 500 level, no? So century mark, round number yung 500. So as long as na-hold yung 500 na yan, I think okay pa naman yung market if the SPY closes below this uptrend line, this support trend line, and even this 20-day SMA line. Ang next support level will most likely be the 50-day SMA line, which is this blue line, no? So that's the levels, yun yung mga levels, no, or support levels na tinitingnan natin with the S&P 500. So far, yung 5-day structure last week, which is ito, yung volume profile structure niya or yung fixed range volume profile structure niya, ito yung point of control. So, karamihan ng shares was traded at around $513. The SPY closed below that level or near that level. So, okay pa naman yung S&P 500 for me. But later on, yung Qs, tignan natin yung volume structure niya or yung market profile niya, yung 5-day market profile niya. And i-assess natin if bullish ba yun or bearish. So far for the SPY, halos medyo neutral lang, no? With some element of dapat medyo risk off din on the SPY, no? Since CPI day tomorrow, so another key market event yun for this trading week. So CPI, PPI this trading week. Tuesday, CPI. Thursday, PPI. So most likely the market will de-risk on Monday, today. At the same time, Tuesday, tomorrow, no? Unless medyo magkaroon ng tailwinds from the DXY, the US 10-year yields. We will see, no? Tignan din natin yung mga macro benchmarks na yun. So far, the SPY still actually on an early stage markup phase. So ito yung main accumulation structure natin. Itong big base since 2022. Halos nag-range lang siya dyan. And ayun, approaching this 1618 target, no, which is 544. So as long as 500 holds, I think okay pa naman yung S&P 500. So that's the main idea for now, no. If it re-breaks 520, 517, yun, we might experience some new momentum or recovery on the Semicon names and other tech names. So last week, yung sell-off ng Friday was brought to you by Nvidia and other Semicon names. So this is the daily heat map last week. Teka. Yan. I-enlarge natin. So Nvidia down negative 5.5% last week. Avgo negative 6.9%. All in the red yung mga tech names natin and electronic technology sector natin or market group. Ang medyo stable lang last week was SMCI and actually AMD halos close ng sakto lang, no. So yung laki ng yung laki ng box na yan is based on value traded. So we are looking at the most value traded stocks in all in the US market, and yung color ng box is based on the daily performance, in which yung darkest red is negative 3% and yung pinaka greenish is yung positive 3%. All in all, a sea of red on Friday, but you have some greens on crypto names. So you have Coin, you have Mara, ito ano ba to? Clean Spark. I think also a Bitcoin mining company, and MSTR. So speaking of Bitcoin, actually Bitcoin is breaking new all-time highs actually right now, no. So above 70k ang Bitcoin natin right now. So super lakas ng crypto market. So take advantage nyo yan if you're a momentum trader. Take advantage of the momentum, sakyan nyo lang. Be cautious din, no, on high volatile moves on the downside. Syempre 70k level yan. For the first time tinetest yan. It will most likely retest 70k again as support level. So that's Bitcoin and Bitcoin names. So last week, yun yung yun yung highlight natin for Friday. So first half, medyo may distribution days tayo on the first half of the week last week. On the second half, you have your recovery, breaking of all-time highs dahil na rin sa nangyari on the DXY and your US 10-year yield. So medyo mag-jump tayo, no. Medyo ililinya na lang natin pag i-connect na lang natin yung prep natin for today's video. So last week, one of the biggest tailwinds on the US market was the break below of this 20-day structure or 10-day structure, yun na lang, no. So a break below 50-day SMA on the dollar is is a big signal na humihina yung dollar, no? So a weak dollar is good for equities, no? That's the main idea. That's the main idea and the main signal for our DXY. Same thing with our US 10-year yields. You have a big drop on US 10-year yields and it resisted at 4.3%. So since you have validated, or the US 10-year yields validated that 4.3% is your resistance, no, technical resistance, since we're looking at the chart. Ayun, and it closed below the 50-day SMA line, no? And looking at your key MAs, your 100-day, your 50-day, and 20-day, you have 50-day below MA 100, and your MA 20 is below MA 100, and your MA 100 is pointing downward. Diba? So that's good, no? That's a good sign for our bond yields. And hindi naman siya yung typical na na super laking drop. Hindi siya yung super laking drop na dapat mabahala ka, na total risk off siya na signal. Gradual decline for our US 10-year yield. So medyo nag-jump tayo on the macro, no? Just to discuss what happened, kung ano yung nag-serve as tailwind or primary tailwind last week. So same thing with USOIL. Last week, you have a decline below $78. Medyo nag-recover lang ulit. And it closed below MA20, which is your green line. So that's a good sign, no, for US oil. Although, no, regarding dun sa CPI report this Tuesday, since it's a February report, no, so tignan natin yung start of Feb on US oil and end of Feb na gain or loss of the US oil. So last month or on the month of February, you have an increase of 8.76%, no, or sabihin na natin 9% increase in US oil prices. So an increase in US oil prices is a high probability, meron siyang high probability effect na pwedeng mag-increase yung CPI print or maging hot yung CPI print. If you have a month-on-month or end-of-month positive gain on the US oil. Yun, parang ganun. So that's the main idea. So if US oil drop from the start of the month and end of month till end of month, that's gonna be positive news for your inflation print or your CPI print. Ang mangyayari doon, a high probability decline on inflation. So basically, ang pinupunto ko lang dyan, since nung start nung Feb umangat yung US oil, high probability na mas tumaas yung inflation or in line with expectations yung mangyayari or lalabas. So we shall see actually. So what we want for US oil is to drop below 77 or even break below this uptrend line, no. Itong uptrend line na na-establish natin. So basically, MA100 is still declining, so that's a good sign for US oil. So parang nagmamagnet, serving as a magnet 'yun, no, as support. So hinahanap niya yung support niya right now. Since it's below MA20, next support level is your MA50, which is this blue line. So that's US oil, no. So for this week, I'm expecting for US 10-year yields to consolidate, no? To consolidate maybe for around 3 to 5 days, depende sa CPI print and PPI print. So next support level is at 4%. 4%. For the DXY or DXY, high probability that it will also consolidate, no? It will consolidate for this trading week. So that's our macro benchmarks, no? Next is balik tayo dun sa main indices. So, na-ADHD na naman tayo, no? So, Qs. So, tapos na tayo dun sa SPY. For the Qs, medyo a strong sign of risk off, no? Looking at the 5-day structure, ito yung point of control natin for the last trading week. For the trading week of March 5 to March 5 to March 4 to 8. So week 10. So ito yung point of control, dito yung most traded shares or volume last week. And price is way below that point of control. So ano yung indicate nun? Pwedeng madami kang trapped money, trapped shares, trapped volume at this 445 area. So that's the bottom line. So ano yung mangyayari if you have trapped money at this area and may mga bumili ka dyan? It's either if majority nun are traders, they will most likely sell at a loss or mapapakat loss sila if it breaks below this resistance level, itong immediate resistance level. So this is your previous trading range na tinitignan natin, no? Or dapat mong tignan. So ito yung Feb 12 range up to Feb 29. So 1 month range halos, no? Or 3-week range. Nag-breakout siya dyan last week or around 2 weeks ago. And parang tinry niya mag-bull trap. So that's a bearish sign. Nag-recover last week on the second half of the week. And right now, retesting this resistance level as its current support area. So right now, you have your MA20 still inclining. So ang main question dyan, masusupport ba ng Qs yung masusupport ba ng MA20 yung Qs? Yun. If hindi, next support level mo is most probably will be the MA50, no? So looking at the big picture, actually your Qs is still on an early stage markup, no? If you're gonna look at the targets, your Wyckofian targets, your measured targets, 1618 area is still at 545. Malayo pa. Honestly, in my own opinion, we're still on a young bull market, no? Young bull market pa to. Madami pang upside for me. I think. No, looking at the liquidity backdrop din, looking at the macro backdrop, yung Fed yung fiscal deficits na ginagawa ng US, yung spending na ginagawa nila, at the same time yung liquidity injections from the reverse repo facility and other spigots or faucets of liquidity being turned on. Ang next niyan is yung monetary policies ng Fed, which is yung next is yung rate cuts. So for me, as long as liquidity is still on the rise, bank reserves are still on the rise, I think high probability that we will be rallying all throughout the year. So itong sell-off last week, pwede mangyari dyan that the semicons will be doing a consolidation move again, no? Etong SMH natin. So actually, this is a big engulfing candle. Pre-market actually recovering, no? Hindi naman siya yung tipong gap down or follow-through sell-off. So far, ang pinaka-bias natin for Semicon is it will be consolidating muna. The market will be digesting some the valuations na ginagawa nila on AI Semicon names, no? Or AI X Semicon names. So baka na-overexcite lang yung market nung Friday, no? On the unemployment data. So right now, Nvidia is up around 2% pre-market. So yung expectations natin actually on the debrief, 'di ba, is a follow-through sell-off today on the pre-market. Pero this pre-market session, you have some signs of recovery actually, no? Daylight savings time pa. Actually, pasok na tayo dun sa sa medyo madami ng gising na tao. You have retailers, institutions sa London na might be trading US stocks na right now, no, this pre-market session. So medyo may liquidity ka na rin kahit papaano this 6 p.m. in Philippine time. So bottom line, we have some signs of recovery this Monday. So medyo na-invalidate yung bias natin on the follow-through sell-off. Actually, we will still see on the market open mamayang 9:30 p.m. Di natin alam, baka lang siya, some sort of short covering, parang ganun, or pinapangat lang muna nila and then i-dump nila. We don't know. So far with the Qs, that's our levels. So that's our main, one of our main indices. So far recovering, no? So far recovering intraday. No follow through, no gap down this pre-market session. So as long as na-hold yung 438, na-hold yung MA20, we are still good for the Qs. If MA20 holds, you will most likely have another 1 to 2 week base dito sa 440 area up to 450 area. So lang siya, consolidate lang siya. So yun yung first or scenario A. Scenario B, it will pull back to the 50-day SMA, no? Which is this 420 level, 420 area. So looking at this fixed range volume profile, no? So since the all-time high breakout, this is your point of control. This is your point of control. So madami kang shares diyan na naipon. And those buyers, yung mga institutions mo na bumili at 420, will most likely rebuy or will support the market at 420. So, syempre, it's a buy on dip opportunity. They can add more shares or add more volume on the Qs or tech names, no, essentially and ultimately. So, next, our mid caps. Looking at the mid caps from a bottom up perspective, from a top down perspective, you have actually unchanged this pre-market. But looking at the big picture, pinaka-development for our mid-caps last week is it broke above the all-time high area, which is ito, no? 513. So, big accumulation base. Looks like, parang tulad lang din ng SPY na nung nag-breakout dyan. Nag-create muna ng conso structure na konti, but good follow through, good breakout for our mid cap names, no? Medyo ata to, nakalog ba tayo? Medyo na skew ata yung chart, or sa akin lang yun. Anyway, for our mid caps, most likely it will since based on this candle, which is a big engulfing candle, we might pull back toward the 530 area, 530 area, or etong MA20. It's either hahabulin ng MA20 yung price, consolidate lang yung MDY mo. So that's a good sign for mid caps. Madami kang setups na magmamaterialize or magmamanifest na setups, no, ulit for our mid caps. So baka ikis niya papunta dyan. Or either ang mangyari for our mid caps is a flag scenario papuntang MA20. So far, since it's on an all-time high, our mid caps is still good. Wala ka namang break-even sellers. Most likely, ito, mga profit takers lang yan. And next move ng market is to find its support area. Looking at the fixed range volume profile, ito yung next point of control mo, which is 520. So this is a high probability support area for MDY. This is your buy on dips opportunity, no? If ever mag-dip man etong MDY natin or our mid caps. So actually mid caps is the leading market segment or index last 2 weeks. For IWM medyo lagging actually, no. For IWM still near the accumulation base and way below the all-time high area. So ito yung all-time high niya. So actually still below around 10% below all-time high. So may room for upside pa for small caps. So pwedeng ang thesis natin or main idea natin on small caps is money is flowing outward of mega caps, large caps, and mid caps pwedeng mag-rotate towards small caps. If ever we re-break this 210 area. So at the same time, looking at the IWM, still on a fresh breakout on this 1 month structure. Actually, halos 2 month structure yan. So a fresh breakout pa dito sa base na yan. So still, IWM still good, no? This just a sell-off na pwedeng a sympathy sell-off on semicon names, no? That's our main indices. So looking at our market groups, our market segments. So bilisan lang natin, no? So looking at the market segments, so still leading ang mid-cap growth natin. So growth names pa rin yung leader natin in terms of relative strength and trend scores. So, but in terms of weekly changes, you have a positive gain on mid-cap value names. So, may nakikita na tayong significant changes or momentum or rotation toward value names. Specifically mid-cap value names and small-cap value names. So last week, 'di ba, ang ano natin, ang nakikita natin is focus on growth names pa din, growth names, core names on large caps, mid caps. Since yun yung mga leading names, 'di ba? So right now, ang bias ko is a rotation toward value names, and a rotation toward small caps and mid caps. So if gusto mong tignan yung mga names under mid cap value and small cap value, you can pause this video. You can scan for setups on mid cap value names and small cap value names. So for me, interesting names on small cap value names are ASO. ASO is I think okay, no? One of the retailers na nagrally din for the past 2 weeks, although testing or pulling back toward MA20, itong ASO natin. So yun lang, meron tayong upcoming risk event on ASO, which is an earnings release on March 21. So halos 1 to 2 weeks na lang bago yung earnings release. So for me, ASO technically, and kung titingnan mo yung technical structure niya, it's on an all-time high, and meron siyang potential actually. May potential siya for me. So this is just a retest, the high probability retest. As long as 67 holds, okay pa tong ESO. So that's one of my small cap value bets, no, or in focus in my small caps. So hindi ko na masyadong titignan yan lahat, baka abutin tayo ng 8 PM, no? Baka kung isa-isahin natin yan. So conclusion, focus on value names if you're gonna do some rotation swing plays, momentum swing plays. Focus on small cap value names and mid cap value names. In terms of sector, last week, pinaka nag-lead pa din in terms of relative strength and overall trend is your financials. Energy, medyo nag-accelerate din, no? For the trading week, up ng 2.27%. Actually, the top gainer for last trading week is our XLE. So, materials also made some significant gain last week. So, halos at par with consumer staples and communication sector. But last week, ang pinaka-top losers natin are tech and consumer discretionary names. So, you have utilities also accelerating. So, bottom line, looking at our dashboard, no? So, looking at our dashboard. So, pwedeng focus ka on energy plays or energy-related names and utilities, no? If you're gonna do some rotation swing plays. So, that's the main idea. So, in our market groups, Semicon still leads, no? All in all in terms of relative strength and trend. But last week, meron tayo na experience na strong sell-off on Friday. Siya yung top loser last trading week. So, negative 3%, halos negative 4% last trading week. But, ayun, still leads in terms of trend and relative strength. Still, at top 2 blockchain, you have your AI, your IPOs, your Homebuilders. You also have your nat gas. Medyo bago siya, no? Medyo bago siya in our top 10. So, you can look for names in nat gas. Medyo hindi lang naglo-load right now in our dashboard. Hindi ko pa siya na-fix actually, yung APIs natin. But you can look at etfdb.com /FCG/#holdings. So, eto, yan, etfdb. Yan, tignan nyo na lang, pause yung video. If you're gonna look for the names, pwede, kunyari FCG, lagay nyo lang dyan, kasa nyo lang dyan. And lalabas na yung top holdings ng ETF and sector na yan. You can also use your Finviz. Punta ka lang dun sa description and then the screener, then lalabas na yung mga names under the nat gas, no? So search mo nat gas nat gas or natural gas. Natural gas. So, banata natin. N. Wala lang dito ata, no? So, oil and gas. Yan, dito yan. So, pwede nyo tignan dyan, oil and gas, midstream, integrated, and refining and marketing. So, tignan nyo na lang, no? Yung mga names under your oil names and not gas names. So, may place under that market group. So, you have US, you have your FANG, you have your COP. Tignan nga natin tong COP. Dati, tinread ko din to. Nung kasagsagan ng increase in oil prices. So, right now, COP looks like possible reaccumulation base. You have this downtrend line, a tradable downtrend line. Yun. May potential naman actually, no? Near all-time high as well, COP. So, weekly time frame natin at an all-time high, near all-time high. So, looking at the chart, halos 11% or 15% na lang near all-time high. So, malapit-lapit na. Malapit-lapit na. So, if you will have rotations on oil and gas, nat gas, this is a potential name. No? So, yun. Medyo na mapapatagal na naman tayo if isa-isayin natin siya. So far, looking at the market groups, balikan natin to. Eto, kahit focus ka lang sa top 15, can look for setups in these names and in these stickers. Punta ka lang sa etfdb.com. So, hindi mo naman kailangan tong dashboard natin, no? If you're not a member of the BTP community, pwede mong gawa ng paraan, no? Pwede mong gawa ng paraan. This is more of a convenience type of tool or a tool that provides convenience lang actually, no? Yan, anyway. Any other significant gains? So, last week, one of the top gainers is gold miners and regional banks. So, may slight recovery in regional banks. Baka rug pull nga lang kasi actually, BTFP will be ending today. Itong Bank Term Funding Program. So, yung Bank Term Funding Program is the lifeline provided by the Fed last year during the crisis of Silicon Valley Bank. So, parang ano siya, from the word itself, Bank Term Funding. So, parang additional funding, gawin lang nilang collateral yung securities na hawak nila. And the Fed will buy it or get it at par value. No? So, yun yung main idea. So, sinagat niya yung financial markets last year. So, may liquidity injections na pinoprovide tong lifeline na to around 164 billion net on net, no, for the whole fiscal year. So, since March, din yan ni-release March 13, ngayon, March 11, today, it will end. Itong reverse repo, itong bank term funding program natin. So, in terms of our liquidity benchmark, last week, we have a downtick, but only a slight downtick, around 20 billion lang, 20 billion. So, you have a net outflow of liquidity, Fed liquidity ng around 20 billion last trading week. But, looking at the structure, still on an uptrend or transitioning to an uptrend etong liquidity benchmark natin. So, ano ba yung bottom line doon? If you have a rising liquidity, mas madaling umangat yung assets kasi yun nga, you have more liquidity in the financial markets, more accessibility on leverage, in money flow. You have thick bids on the stock market and the bond market if you have more liquidity. That's the main bottom line. If you have more thicker bids due to more money flow, mas madaling umangat yung market, no? Yun yung main idea in our macro framework. So actually, hindi ko na masyadong didiscuss yun since medyo hindi naman siya so far actionable for everyone that will watch this video. So right now, ang main goal natin is to be prepped for this trading session. So let's look at the pre-market performance, no? So ito, all US companies, volume times price, yung laki ng ano natin, and etong red color natin and green box color natin is based on the gain and loss, no, of during this pre-market session. So Nvidia is up 1.45%, AMD slightly up 0.25%. You have your coin and MSTR up ng around 7% both, and your Mara and your CLSK, your Clean Spark. So you have your Bitcoin names or crypto names accelerating ulit. So if you're a day trader, you can take advantage of this run up again. No? So since 70k is a crucial round number area for Bitcoin, for the crypto market, may follow through euphoria ka eh. May follow through euphoria ka na pwede mong i-take advantage if you're a US stock trader in IBKR or whatever. Ito, yan yung mga names na pwede mong i-momentum play intraday. So, you have your MSTR, CLSK, Coin, and Mara, basically. So, if you're gonna look at the Semicon names, actually mixed. So, big and pinaka-heavyweight natin is Nvidia, of course. So, pre-market, up siya, actually. So, that's a good sign for the Semicon sector, Semicon names, no? So, wala namang follow-through sell-off actually na experience this pre-market session. So high probability that we will just consolidate for our Semicon names. So SPY is down this pre-market session, down 0.14%. So tapos na tayo doon sa top-down approach. Tignan na natin yung market from a bottom-up perspective for last trading week. So looking at the market internals last trading week, So actually, maganda pa naman yung ginagawa ng market, nung Friday. So ang dami nagsasabi, start na daw ng crash, whatever. Pero looking at the market internals, you still have a positive net advance decline, So you have 2802 advancers, you have 2,683 names na decliners. Net on net, you have a positive net advance decline. Positive net volume spikes as well. You have a daily momentum ratio na halos equal lang din. So looking at the intraday momentum parameter natin or data, madaming names na up more than 5% last Friday. Madami ding down or halos equal number of names na down 5% last Friday. 20-day new high, new low data, still positive or actually positive, So looking at the quantities or yung dami nung Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So actually halos may accelerating number of breakouts, last trading day. So no Friday, 'di ba? You have a sell off. Pero ano nangyari? Sa market internal, sa overall market. Mas madami kang names na nagbe-breakout sa 20-day high nila. Sa 20-day structures. So ano ba yung indicate nun? At the same time, you have 52-week high, 52-week low data. Still on a positive. Actually, equal lang din nung Thursday. So mas madami kang names na breaking out above the 20-day high, 52-week high. Same with the 50-day high. 'Di ba? So madami kang breakouts pa ding nakikita. All in all. So bearish ba 'yun? Tingin ko hindi, 'di ba? Tingin ko hindi. So for me, this just profit taking day lang yung nangyari nung Friday. And possibly a de-risking event lang din towards CPI and PPI. So, actually, looking at the market internals, pinaka magiging verdict ko dyan is a broadening of market rally. So, a rotation towards small caps, toward mid caps, pwede rin. And outflow dun sa mga mega caps and large caps mo. So, may makikita tayong rotation. So, that's actually healthy for a young bull market, Ang ayaw lang nating makita is a total distribution in the whole in most names. So ngari ang nakita natin in terms of our market internals is puro red, mas madami kang names breaking below their 20-day high, their 52-week low, breaking below their 20-day low and 52-week low. So that's actually bad for the market. So actually yung 52-week high, 52-week low data is actually lagging Pero yung 20-day, 50-day is actually the significant market internals na tinitignan ko. At the same time, ito mas madami kang names pa din na above 20-day SMA. Wait lang Yan, mas madami kang names pa rin na above 20-day SMA. So, looking at our 50-day SMA na data, still positive, no? So, net above below 50-day SMA, you have an acceleration ng around 20-30% versus nung Thursday. No? Mas madami ka talaga nakikitang breakouts nung Friday on the upside, no? So medyo lang, nabuhat lang ng Nvidia and AMD and other semicon names yung sell-off ng Friday. But looking at the RSP and our equal weighted Qs, actually still healthy, no? Wala ka naman typical na super engulfing candle tulad nung in our SPY, in our Qs. So still healthy. For RSP, also broke above all-time high, no? Ito yung all-time high ng RSP. And actually still on an early stage markup phase. If ever man yung RSP natin, which is our equal weighted S&P 500, pulls back, ang pinaka pullback area natin will most likely be the 20-day SMA line as well. So medyo overstretched na rin siya and overextended versus the 50-day line. So we might experience some pullback on our equal weighted S&P 500. So this is our large caps, no? Pwede rin ganun. So kakasa din siya dito sa point of control natin. Kakasa din siya dyan. So that's our view on RSP and the market from a bottom-up perspective. So risk events for this trading week, tignan natin, no? Trading economics. So you have your CPI, you have your PPI, and your building permits, actually next week pa yun this week, yan. CPI, PPI, your retail sales, and consumer sentiment. So at the same time, another risk event, ayun nga, yung BTFP, and this, today, yung BTFP end. So what we want is for KRE to be stable for today's session. If ever we see a strong sell down on KRE today, that will signal us that there is something wrong with the regional banks, no? And in line doon, papasok doon, kakasa doon yung commercial real estate issues na na-experience ng regional banks like NYCB. So, we shall see. So, medyo critical today. On Thursday, March 13, isa sa mga critical events din this trading week, since the BOJ announced that pa-exit na daw sila sa negative rates territory, which is quite stimulative. If ang makita nila based on the labor surveys and yung labor union outcome on Wednesday and on Friday, medyo negative or medyo hawkish or whatever, they will end their negative interest rate regime. Ganun. So titigil na nila yung tawag doon, yung yield curve control. So YCC. So that's gonna be bad for equities din, no? Hindi naman bad, pero it will affect equities. Specifically yung DXY and your US 10 years. Your US 10-year yields. Pwedeng maka-apekto yun. Actually, hindi natin din malalaman yan since bali-balita lang naman yun and salita lang naman yun ng BOJ. So, we actually don't know ano ba talaga yung plano nila. So, yesterday, no, Gerald and other teammates mo, sana napanood na tong March 10 video natin, our week 11 prep. So, diniscuss ko yung total diskarte natin for the trading week and other stocks on watch, no? Stocks and focus. So, mainly this trading week, ang highlight natin is CPI and PPI. So, yun na muna, no? I hope na all prep tayo. So far, ingat muna tayo. Stay cautious since tomorrow is CPI day. And Thursday is PPI day. PPI print on Thursday. So yun, I hope na prep tayo. If you have any questions, Boss Gerald, please type na lang muna. Yun, buti, napanood mo, no? So medyo mahaba to. Yung dami akong diniscuss dyan, lalo na yung mga liquidity flow. So far, no questions. So, ayun, I wish everyone a prosperous week 11, no? This 2024. Sana mag-guide tayo ng source, ng Diyos na maging malakas tayo in our trading decisions. Hindi tayo dapat mabahala and may enough knowledge naman tayo in everything, no? So, tamang guidance lang. So, yun, thank you, Boss Gerald, for everyone that will watch this video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and yun, share this to your friends if may natutunan kayo. So, if interested kayo in our courses, just go to beriotrades.com. Nandyan lahat yan. And that ends my video. I hope that you have a good trading week this week 11. So, good luck. God bless and good night. Goodbye.